Hello again, Cancer, and welcome to your love reading for July 2017. Now, if you have not watched your general reading, please go ahead and do so, because we will be referring to something in that reading today. It's because this card came up in your general reading, Cancer. This Lover's card, which I interpreted as your soulmate giving you support early in the month. So I wanted to kind of build on that because I got such a beautiful message concerning that card that I'm going to use this as a significator in the love reading. So I'm going to put this card right on top here, on top of the spread, and I'm going to see how your soulmate will support you this month. What's going on with your soulmate, with that beautiful, deep relationship, that person that you have a special bond with that goes beyond this time and space. That's what a soulmate is, basically. And for singles and for couples, I'm going to use this as a significator. So we'll see for the singles if this soulmate will actually physically come into your life in July. When you're in a relationship, we'll see how that soulmate will play out in your life in July. Okay, so I put that Lover's card right on top, and we're going to start with singles, single Cancers now. And sometimes people say, well, I don't know if I'm single or not. Well, then listen to both parts and see which makes more sense. If there is somebody already in your life or recently was in your life, then I would look at the couples to see how that person is affecting your life, okay? But also look for the singles one if you're kind of open to something new, okay? And as a reminder, there are many, many beautiful Cancer views and one reading. So these are the base, the core energies of the cards that I'm interpreting. And if you say, this doesn't make sense, please look at your moon sign specifically as well, because moon is in the realm of emotions, right? Look at your moon sign reading and your rising sign. And if you don't know what they are, in the description down below, you will find a link to a website where you can find out what your signs are. Not only your sun sign, you know, let's say your sun sign Cancer, and you're saying, I don't think this really resonates with me 100%, and check out what your moon sign or your rising sign even is, or if there's like another sign that's really prevalent in your chart, check that one out as well, because we're not just, you know, single-minded people. We're complex human beings with lots of different planets and positions and signs in our chart, and sometimes they play out differently, just to remind you about that, okay? All right, so let's go, singles. We're going to do past, present, future, and then go deeper into each card position. So let's see, soulmate, the person who's very special, who's very deep, who has that very deep bond, who's part of your soul family. And I believe there's more than one soulmate in the life of our soul, which is infinite, basically, which is just so much more than we can even imagine here. So let's see how that special person, or one of those very, very special, intimate relationship possibilities is coming up in your life, singles, okay? Past, present, future, 3 cards. We need 3 cards. Past, present, future. We need 3 cards, Cancer. 3 cards. 3 cards. Let's see. 3 cards. Past, present, future. Cancer. Cards are not ready yet. Wow. Okay. Let's continue. This one. Past, present, future. Okay, singles. So let's see here. I'll show you, singles. Look here. Past, present, future. This is that soulmate relationship. So on the first look, it looks like in July it might be too early to make that connection on a love level for you. Okay, and let me see why, but we're going to go deeper into that. It could be that this person is coming in, but I don't think you will come together yet. Okay, so this is the past. And this is a very good card. The Fool card means that you are open and ready, and you have been, for a new relationship. Okay, the Fool card is someone who says, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to, so to say, jump off the cliff and just see where I land. And as this is in the past, Cancer, it looks like you have been open and ready for a little bit for that special soulmate to come into your life. You're ready and open, and that's excellent, because with this card, it means that this person will be seen by you. You're ready. They have to be ready, and you can let them in, because sometimes if we're like too clogged up with past relationships and other things, and we're not ready to see that soulmate, but I think you are. And this is such an open, beautiful, adventurous spirit, Cancer. So this is that part of you that's been coming out lately. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, that's kind of trusting in the universe, trusting that good things will come to you. That's really good. Now, right now, it's the Hanged Man. So this is you right now kind of going, kind of like twiddling your thumbs and waiting. It's like, why? Why am I not making any progress in meeting this person, or, you know, being able to see my soulmate? What's going on? So it looks like you still have a little tiny bit of waiting to do. Okay, you've got, you're not making too much progress, even though you're ready, but you know, things don't happen instantly. And mostly those things in life that are really great and really wonderful, it takes a little bit of time, you know, the timing has to be right. So right now you're kind of like, but in the last stages, because the Hanged Man is someone who's kind of meditating, doing their work, sacrificing themselves a little bit, kind of pulling back a little bit, not being too proactive. And he's almost over that. He's almost at the end of that cycle of holding back. So it's interesting, because I see you have been open and ready, but right now you're in a space, and by right now, I mean going into July, the end of June, of course, as well, but like going into July, you're kind of more in a waiting position. Not quite as, maybe not jumping off the cliff yet, okay? But still that energy is there. And the interesting thing is, during the middle and end of July, this is like in the future going into July, you actually have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So I don't see this as too negative, because the first two cards are very, very positive. I see this as you having to go through a few cycles, you having to wait, you having to work on other things first before that soulmate can actually manifest themselves. And this is like doing a little bit of work. You know, this goes up and down and up and down. And because it's reversed, it means things still going a little slow. Okay, so this is kind of like you waiting, not going too fast. The Wheel of Fortune is you kind of being slower than you want. Things not moving as fast as they want. They're going along, but they're not going as fast. You know what I mean? In July even. So I'm going to clarify that card to see why. You're so open. You've been open. So why are you kind of slowing down in that encounter, in that search, in that manifestation of your soulmate? What is going on there? What's going on? So I'm going to ask to clarify this one specifically. Wheel of Fortune. Well, it's about both of them, because both of them really are working together to show that July is not as fast in your manifestation process as it should be. Hanging back a bit there. Okay, let's see. We want to clarify the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Why is a soulmate slow in manifesting? Why is that soulmate, that person that's just so perfect for you at this point in time in your life, why is that person kind of not popping out for you? Why are you being halted? Why is your progress, your moving forward progress, stopped a little bit? Why is it slow? We want clarification, 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 clarification. Ah, okay. Okay. The first thing that popped into my head is it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Strange phrase, but I think the timing is just how it is. I don't think this is not really a problem. This is not really like something big that you have to overcome that sometimes comes up. It's a work in progress. Your soulmate might not be exactly ready. Your soulmate might be doing something, getting out of a relationship, trying to move towards you. But this means that it's coming around very soon, because these are people working together to build something, working steadily. They're discussing things. They are kind of coming together. They're making plans. So I think, because the Wheel of Fortune has been clarified by this, the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like, you know, the wheels of action, of time, moving forward. This is like the wheel of cause and effect and karma. It's just the workings of something. And this is the workings of your soulmate coming to you. And this is just saying, be a little bit patient. Sometimes it takes time, and it's in progress. You know, it is progressing. It's slow right now in July, but very soon it's gonna be freed. And I truly believe that your soulmate right now is kind of working towards being able to come out to see you. So it's very, very positive. Okay, the Three of Pentacles is a very positive card. It's about people coming together and working on something to make it happen, and to make that turn around, and your soulmate, boom, to pop up out of that wheel of time. But the wheel of time is still reversed for July. It's not manifesting in July, okay? So that is what's happening for you. Very clear message to me. When the soulmate is coming? Sometime after July. I can't tell you that yet. I can't tell you that yet. Okay, because we're just looking at July. We're not going to go further. So just be a little patient and be open. Perhaps that person is in your life somewhere already, but they're not free to open their eyes and see you. Perhaps they're somewhere else and they're slowly coming towards you. But I think it's positive, especially because you are ready. Okay, so Cancer singles, that's your message. Now, let's see. Cancer in a relationship. Especially those who are in a soulmate relationship. Okay, so let's see. Cancer who have that soulmate in their relationship already. I want 3 cards as well to see. Just give us some messages, some advice. What's going on there with your soulmate? We already saw that in the general reading. In July, your soulmate is supporting you, assisting you, working with you, giving you courage, giving you love, giving you support that only a true soulmate can give, that understanding. Okay, so let's see, couples, soulmate. What's going on? Okay, couples, you've got a bit of worries to work through concerning your soulmate. And this is very interesting. So look here, look what I got. 2 of Swords reversed, 3 of Swords reversed, 9 of Swords upright. So I think you and your soulmate are going through some difficult times which do cause you a bit of worry. Okay, so it looks like in the recent past, your soulmate had been blocked off just a little bit. But that blockage did resolve itself, because the 2 of Swords reversed is a blockage, is a no that turns to a yes. So think about your relationship with that special person, and that recently something they've been saying no to did turn to a yes recently, and that actually turned to an opening of your heart. So this is very interesting. This is actually When I first saw these cards, I thought, oh my, wow, all these swords reversed. But if you have a difficult sword card that's reversed, it means that whatever situation this was is easing up and opening up. And what I'm getting here, Cancer, is that sometimes soulmate relationships, they're wonderful, but because they're so deep and so intense and so karmic, there's often a lot of emotions and hurdles and things to overcome with them, even though we love them so much. So recently, whatever you have been having problems with regarding your soulmate relationship, that kind of resolved itself, right? Before July, perhaps even already now, we're still in June while I'm doing this, that problem that you were going through, you know, that blockage, that not getting through, or your soulmate saying no, that recently has turned to a yes. I mean, the energy is still there, but perhaps you can relate to this. Perhaps you've been able to resolve something between you that was difficult to a yes. And that is actually very important. That resolution of that problem with your soulmate is right now, at the end of June, going into July. This is resolving something that really was close to your heart, because this is heartache. Maybe even concerning a third person somewhere there in the family, in your friends, another person. This heartache, think about you, your soulmate, and a third party in any which way, which was causing a lot of trouble and strife and heartache. And this is turning around because that was resolved. Am I making sense? I know it's a bit complicated, but that's what the cards are telling me. Okay, so I think it's actually very beautiful that in July, that which had been causing you pain, causing you perhaps some sort of inner conflict, because this is about heartache and inner conflict. Whatever that was, it's resolving. You know, the swords, boom, 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 are falling out. When this is reversed, the swords are falling out. The heart can be whole again. So that is part of that support that came out in the general reading from your soulmate. So that's really beautiful. For you to be healed, for that little bit of a conflict, whatever that was, to be healed is beautiful. And coming up in the future, towards the end of July, it does look like you are still worrying. There's still something that's causing you worry to do with your soulmate. Doesn't have to be conflict with them, because that conflict has been resolved, but something maybe in their family, in their life, some kind of problem they're having that is really causing you to empathize, that's causing you to really, really worry. And the funny thing is, soulmates, in my experience with myself, with other people, with clients, with you, all of you who give me comments, soulmates, these people, can come as hard lessons to be learned and can cause us a lot of pain. But some other soulmate relationships can be so liberating and freeing and easy, and everything comes together and they cause us a lot of joy. So that's the dilemma about deep soul connections, about what our soul is here to learn. And that's why I believe there is not only one soulmate in the history of your existence, there is many different connections you have with souls that are soulmate relationships. I myself, I truly believe I've had 3 in this lifetime, 3 soulmate relationships, and each one was completely different. One of them was like brr, one of them was like hard lesson. It was a hard karmic lesson. It was a person who I was so closely bonded with, but they brought me nothing but pain. But it was a soulmate relationship. Luckily, I was able to free myself. It was the hardest thing I ever did, but it was a soulmate relationship. This turned into, you know, the devil card, where the 2 lovers are beneath this horrible monster. It turned to that. The other relationships were more really, really beautiful and uplifting and joyful. And thankfully, right now, I am in the beautiful one. Okay, so just to explain that. So when I say soulmate relationships, those of you who are deeply bonded with someone but having a horrible time, having like a horrible relationship and you cannot free yourself from that person, that also can be a soulmate relationship. So this here can apply to both types of soulmate relationships, to the beautiful one where you still have, you know, lessons to learn, things to work through, things to worry about, or this really difficult, hard soulmate relationship where things are just, oh, just so heartbreaking and worrying, and you can't handle it and you can't stay with them for the rest of this life. Does that make sense? So with a soulmate relationship in July, resolving things, resolving heartache, but still something there that is causing you worry with that person, about that person, because you're so deeply connected. And I'm going to clarify that card again. I'm going to clarify that card. Okay, I'm sorry. This one just flipped over as I said clarify. I'm going to pull another one. So I have to take that. Do you see it? Do you see how that one flipped? Okay. And I saw it and it just spoke to me. So I want another clarifying card. Another clarifying card. Another clarifying card. Soulmates. Okay. Yeah, look, these are both conflict cards. These are both a little bit of a difficult situation. So later on, you know, coming out of July, worrying about your soulmate, about your relationship, because there are lots of bumps in the road. There's conflict, there's struggle, okay? And this can be between you and your soulmate, or the other person having so much trouble that it affects you, or even you having so much trouble that it affects the relationship. This is all about the relationship. And this card is a message to those of you who are in that hard, difficult soulmate relationship, and this is a card of moving away. So those of you, Cancer, who feel that you have a very strong bond, but this is because this is definitely difficult. These are difficulties, okay? These are very deep difficulties in that relationship. So those of you who are in a very hard soulmate relationship and who are thinking, you know, this, the Nine of Swords is kind of the end of a difficult cycle. So for those of you who are just feeling like this, maybe it's time to go. Maybe it's time to leave. All right. Maybe it's time to leave that person, hard as it may be. So if you're listening to this and it makes sense to you and you're on the brink of saying, I can't handle this anymore, it's time to go. Okay. Those of you who are in the positive, beautiful, flowing love relationship, still, you know, some struggles going on. Your partner is struggling, you're struggling, and it might cause a little bit of conflict between you and it causes you to worry. And I would say in this case, still the theme of moving, still the theme of traveling is there. And I think this is saying in that case that it's time for you to look to the other side, get yourself out of this whole brew of emotions and problems that you've been having. Maybe it's saying take a vacation together, or move somewhere, or just try to step out of where you are, because this is about moving away. This is about traveling. Try to step out of your own little circle of trouble and really open up to something new. Step back, step aside, step out of it, and try to get try to get a fresh mindset, try to get some fresh air, try to get, you know, go for a day trip. You have to get out of this and take a breather, take a little vacation so you can overcome that a little faster. Okay, so does that make sense? Okay, Cancer, because I know that every one of you is in a very, very different situation, and seeing these cards so they make sense for every one of you is something that you have to help me with in these readings. You have to say, yes, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. I'm in this situation. I'll take that. So whatever you see, whatever you think when you see these cards, when you see a card, you think, oh, I know what that's about. And it's a little bit different than what I say. That's your message. Okay. So dear Cancer, I hope this is making sense to you, to let you see that one more time. That deep relationship, the singles, it's working. Slowly, you're going towards that manifestation of your soulmate, beautiful relationship very soon. I would say coming out of July, but we have to see what next month says. And here, those in a relationship, if it's a good one, you know, resolving these things, the no having turned to yes, healing your heart, overcoming, you know, those problems that are there, helping your partner or letting your partner help you overcome that by getting a breath of fresh air, stepping away out of your situation, going on a trip, doing something like that. Or those who are in a very, very difficult karmic relationship, also soulmate, but negative karmic relationship, maybe it's time to call it quits. That's my message to you, my dear Cancer. And if you're interested in really getting down to details in your specific relationship, I do still have till the end of June a love reading special. If you're interested to get really down to the details, and in personal readings, it's amazing how the messages come through exactly for you, something that you need to know. So if you're interested, look into the description box down below where you can reach me to get your personal reading. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and sharing and for supporting me. I just love reading all your comments. I love connecting with you, and I love this type of work because you are all so awesome. Thank you, Cancer. Have a lovely July and good luck. Let me know what's going on. Natasha, your Empress of Wands. Bye.